My family is in danger from all the things I've had to do for this branch. Takes some cake, but anything worth having is worth fighting for. Yellowstone may be over as a show, but its legacy continues through the spin-offs, especially the prequels. These shows continue to shine in the entire franchise, as they not only add to the glory of Yellowstone, but also manage to differentiate themselves by establishing their own unique characters and storylines. 1923 definitely deserves a special shout-out, especially considering that it's about to release its highly anticipated second season. This series has really managed to stand out within the Yellowstone universe, offering a fresh perspective on the Dutton family's history while maintaining the same gritty, raw storytelling that fans have come to love. With the new season on the horizon, the excitement is palpable, and the recently dropped trailer has given us a deeper glimpse into what's coming. It's clear that this season is set to raise the stakes like never before, with high tensions and game-changing events that will have lasting consequences for the entire Yellowstone franchise. Based on the trailer, it's obvious why this season is shaping up to be the most pivotal installment yet, offering revelations and moments that will tie into the broader Dutton saga. So, let's dive into what makes 1923 Season 2 such a crucial chapter, and why it's a must-watch for anyone invested in the Yellowstone world. First and foremost, it's clear this season promises to be even more action-packed than the last, with the Duttons facing threats from multiple directions. The trailer, which aired during the NFL AFC Division Championship game on January 19th, shows the family battling enemies who want to take away everything they've worked for. What's at stake is the future of the Dutton Ranch itself. Of course, as of 2025, we all know these efforts are ultimately in vain, simply because the Duttons will lose the ranch eventually either way. Yes, watching them fight for it and risking their lives will be a lot more emotional and heartbreaking, now that we know it's all for nothing. Nevertheless, the show must go on, and this story still has plenty of unanswered questions and gaps that need to be filled. So, 1923 Season 2 is an absolute must-watch, regardless of the Duttons' eventual outcome. As per the trailer, we get right where we left off in Season 1, and things aren't looking any more straightforward for Jacob and Kara. The colder time of year in Montana is unforgiving, and it's not only the brutal weather conditions creating problems. The Duttons are enduring an onslaught by a gathering of well-off elites, drove by a not entirely settled to transform the land into a jungle gym for the rich. His name, as I'm certain large numbers of you know, is Donald Whitfield, and he's not messing around. He needs the land, and he will effectively get it. We got a brief look into his desires in Season 1, yet in Season 2, it seems like he gets significantly bolder, shaping a bigger gathering of elites to go after the Duttons and showing even less disgrace or poise. You can feel the risk in each scene of the trailer at whatever point this man appears. The trailer also makes it clear that before Spencer arrives in Montana, his reputation precedes him, and Whitfield is not happy about it. His henchman, Banner Creighton, knows Spencer's reputation as a war hero, and he isn't taking any chances. "Kill him," Banner says, with a cold certainty that sends chills down my spine. It's clear these men will stop at nothing to get what they want. But Jacob Dutton isn't someone who can be easily pushed around. There's a moment in the trailer where Whitfield tries to negotiate, saying he's trying to prevent a war. Jacob's response is simple but chilling: "It ain't preventable." That's the Dutton for you. Whether you like them or not, you have to admit they are all stubborn, determined, and always ready to fight for what's theirs. Even when things seem hopeless, they're not giving up without a fight. You can see Kara in action too, and I have to say, she's a force to be reckoned with. She's armed, looking out over the ranch and muttering about the sacrifices she's made. It's clear that defending their land is a matter of survival for her, and I can't wait to see how far she'll go to protect her family. I know we are all obsessed with Beth and Elsa when it comes to Dutton women, but I feel like by the time Season 2 of 1923 ends, we'll all go crazy for Kara, crowning her as one of the most badass Dutton women ever to exist. So, what about Spencer? Is he in Montana? Will he ever arrive? What's he been doing while his family is in this massive fight? Time is running out here. Well, in the trailer, The tension is palpable as we watch him race to reunite with his family and stop the plans of the elites who want to take everything from them. We see him in various difficult conditions, none of which take place in Montana. It's clear he will spend at least the first half of the season on the road. Once again, we'll see Spencer jumping from one adventure to another. He's even confronted by a gunman at one point, which just goes to show how dangerous his mission really is. Despite the fact that I love watching this man in real life, I'm likewise sort of tired of seeing him out and about. Like, come on now, do we truly have to watch him out and about for 5 additional episodes? This basically implies he will not have sufficient time left to enjoy with his loved ones. Or on the other hand, maybe the whole family will be cleared out when he shows up in Montana, and he should revamp the farm from their remains. This would make 1923 Season 2 significantly a greater number of grievous than 1883, however it would likewise make it more sensible and remarkable, as I would like to think. Be that as it may, as usual, go ahead and can't help contradicting me in the remarks. Just like in Season 1, at the very core of this season is the deeply emotional and complicated relationship between Spencer and Alexandra. Their bond continues to be the driving force behind much of the narrative, as we watch them navigate the immense challenges of being separated by both distance and circumstance. When we left off at the end of Season 1, Spencer and Alexandra had just married, a moment that should have marked the beginning of their happily ever after. But, unfortunately, their love story is far from a fairy tale. Spencer is halfway across the world, caught up in dangerous situations and unable to be by her side. Meanwhile, Alexandra is in Europe, doing everything she can to reconnect with him, despite the overwhelming odds stacked against them. As if the distance wasn't enough, Alexandra's life becomes even more complicated as we discover her true lineage. She's not just a woman with aspirations and dreams, she is royalty. And not just any royalty, but the Duchess of Sussex. This revelation brings an entirely new layer of tension to their story, as Alexandra's royal status creates friction with her desire to be with Spencer. It's a classic case of love and duty pulling in opposite directions. Let's be real, though, the fact that she holds a title like Duchess only adds to the drama and intrigue. In a world where aristocracy and power are everything, her decision to turn her back on a life of luxury and privilege for love truly stands out. It's almost as if she's living a real-life fairy tale, except the plot has taken a much more unexpected and difficult turn. She's willingly walking away from a life of comfort and security, abandoning the wealth and privileges that come with her title, all for the man she loves. In a way, this makes her character even more fascinating, as she chooses Spencer and a life filled with uncertainty over the life that society expects her to lead. This tension, between the world she was born into and the love she's chosen, is bound to create some incredibly compelling moments as their story unfolds in Season 2. Julia Schurz, who plays Alexandra, recently said the following about her journey: "She's been very oppressed by this family who won't let her decide what she wants to do with her life or who she's allowed to love." I agree, it's heartbreaking, but also beautiful. Alexandra's commitment to Spencer, despite everything she's been taught to believe, makes her character so strong, and I'm rooting for them both. By the way, is it just me, or does it look like Alexandra is withholding a bunch of bags over her belly in the trailer? Could this be because she's hiding her pregnancy while on the run, or am I reading a bit too much into the scene? One thing is certain though, she is on the run, doing her best to reach Spencer. So just like her husband, she's also on the road. As you can see, the stakes are incredibly high this season. It's not just about the land, it's about everything the Duttons have fought for. I don't know about you guys, but Kara's words in the trailer really hit home for me: anything worth having is worth fighting for. You can feel the weight of that statement as the family prepares to defend their home against the incoming storm. We also got a few brief glimpses of Tiana, Elizabeth, and Jack in the new trailer. However, as much as we all hoped for more depth and development for these characters in the upcoming season, it seems like they'll continue to have limited screen time, just like in Season 1. To be honest, the trailer didn't even bother to show anything particularly significant or exciting about them, which has left fans feeling a bit disappointed. For instance, we saw Tiana out on the road again, and it was clear that she was upset and in a tough spot, which only adds to the sense of uncertainty and vulnerability around her storyline. It seems like her journey is still filled with hardship, and she's struggling to find her footing in a world that's constantly pushing her to her limits. As for Jack and Elizabeth, their scenes didn't offer much more than a brief moment of happiness. We saw them giggling and enjoying each other's company, looking as carefree as ever, but that's about it. For all the hype around their relationship and the potential for some intense, dramatic moments, it doesn't seem like Season 2 will give us much more than surface-level interactions between them. While I personally love their dynamic, the lack of focus on them in the trailer is a bit underwhelming. It's as if the showrunners have chosen to focus on other characters and plot lines, leaving Jack and Elizabeth in the background once again. Now, feel free to fight me in the comments, but based on the trailer alone, I don't see anything to get overly excited about regarding these three characters for Season 2. They don't seem to be playing a central role in the upcoming drama, and it's hard to predict if we'll see any significant growth or impactful moments for them. Of course, this could all change once the season actually airs, and we get a better sense of their storylines. But right now, it feels like these characters are being sidelined in favor of other plotlines that will undoubtedly take precedence. But who knows? We'll just have to wait and see how things unfold and if they get the attention they truly deserve. We also know that this season will include a lot of historical context, bringing in real-world events like the Spanish flu, Prohibition, and the Great Depression. I love how Sheridan ties in actual history with the Dutton story. I'm curious how he'll link all these real-life tragedies to the Duttons in the new season. Season 2 of 1923 won't finish up the Dutton adventure, however it will fill a vital hole in their set of experiences. I'm counting during the time until it drops on February 23 RD, 2025. There will be 8 episodes altogether, and I can hardly hang tight for it. For additional week-after-week refreshes on the Yellowstone establishment, try to like and follow. If you have any desire to find out about the impending Beth and Tyr continuation, watch the video on the screen.